Okay then. Hello ladies and gentlemen, as always, I am your host, AirsoftAL, and I don't know if you can hear me all the way over there. I might bring you guys a little closer. Actually, I'm going to bring you guys a little closer so you can actually see what's on here, because I don't know if you can see it from that distance. Alright, let's just bring you guys a little closer here. There we go. Alright, let's just bring you down a little bit, shall we? Here we go. So, you're probably wondering, what am I doing? Well, today we are going to be doing a video talking about my top, and understand this is in sort of the same vein of Iraq Veteran 8888's video, but these are my top, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 affordable guns that you might want to look at for Christmas, as well as one wild card here, which, let's go ahead and take the wild card off the table at the moment. We'll get to that in a second. Let's just set that down. So, okay, on the side you go, Nessie. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about these 7 right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it now. 2 of these guns are actually were provided to me by manstorehq.com, which if you use my coupon code AirsoftAL, you will save 7% off your entire purchase. And the holiday season is around the corner. So let's just go ahead and kind of get into this, because it probably is going to be a little bit of a long video, but it will be informative and kind of give you an insight into some of these guns that the more mainstream might make you think otherwise. So let's just go ahead and get into the big one, is a primary gun. A primary gun is one that we can all agree that we want to start out with, we want to get into, want to do, and that is definitely definitely a good thing. And my eyes are starting to get a little blurry looking at the screen, and a little bit blurry because I'm starting to get tired. I've been doing a lot of work today, so let me go ahead and get my glasses over here real quick. So let me just do that. There we go. That's a lot better, actually. And yes, you get to see me in glasses, because my eyesight and everything else has been kind of getting strained lately in my holiday season. But getting back to the main topic at hand, when we talk about primary guns, we kind of talk about them in the sense of, what is actually good. What do they do? What do they provide us? Well, the primary gun is what actually gets us into airsoft and kind of gets us, that starting ability to do airsoft. So I want to do springs first, because springers are sort of the good get into sport. It actually allows people to get into airsoft, allows people to understand what airsoft is about. Springers are inherently good, and there are a lot of good springers out there, and a lot of them that are actually really nice for an affordable price tag. So let's go ahead and start with one that I think all of us can recognize, all of us can agree, and all of us have joked calling it the Clearsoft gun, and that is, of course, the Mossbergs. This is based off the Mossberg 590. It is which is also based off of the UTG, the Tokyo Marui, the Toy Star, every single magazine-fed spring shotgun. Which these are not technically shotguns, they're actually slug guns, if you really want to go with it, or you can call them pump rifles. But for the more colloquial terms, we'll go with slug gun, because there are a lot of magazine-fed shotguns, and there are a lot of magazine-fed shotguns that are actually rifled for slugs. And I believe even rifled slugs, if research is to be corrected. But these are actually really good. It is, of course, a pump action. They can be upgraded. I've actually personally upgraded one. The UTG, the Game Face UTG Voodoo shotgun. That is probably my highest viewed pump gun video. I do want to do another one of those. I really do. And the magazines themselves are actually not bad. This is wholly proprietary to the Mossberg series, however. The UTGs actually use the more standardized shotgun magazine. Again, it's one of those things. However, the shotgun system itself is what I like about it is that they basically based it off of an M4 magazine, or at least an AR-15 magazine, Stanag Mag. So if you really want to, you could actually 3D print a mag adapter to actually have this feed AEG magazines, which would not be a bad thing, and there have been people who have actually done that. But again, single barrel rifle does have a hop up, and these go for about anywhere between the $30 to $40 price tag, unless you go for the ridiculous ones that will rack up in the $100 range. But the magazine-fed pump guns, they go between the $30 $40 mark. I have seen some that are lower, but they're not as good quality. This one is actually really good quality. It is about $35 on Evike, unless you get it for sale. But this one's the pistol variant. You can actually get a stock variant. You can get a solid stock variant. You can get a collapsible stock variant. Again, there are a lot of different variants of these magazine-fed guns. There are even some that have wind-up mags, standard like AEG-style magazines, which are really cool. You can find them on eBay from Academy, which is a South Korean company that actually is importing South Korean-made airsoft guns into the U.S. under the Academy license, but it's going to cost you a pretty penny and a premium. However, a lot of their Springers, which are not AEGs, you can get them for a very good affordable price tag, and I am hoping to actually start looking at the Academy brand. But moving on from there, and staying on the vein of shotguns, we go to now the iconic TriShots. The TriShots are a shotgun brand line that needs no explanation. They are a trapdoor style of shotgun that takes a shell, which takes about 3 pumps to empty out all 10 shells. It is a tri-internal barrel, and there are upgrades for these things. I'm not lying on that. There are upgrades. Aftermarket parts for these shotguns. They come in a variety of polymer, metal, everything but the kitchen sink. And you can get them in all varieties. You can get the Spaz 12, you can get the Tokyo Marui Spaz 12, which is a premium dry-shot shotgun. Like I said, there are a ton of aftermarket parts for these things. I'm not joking on that. You can go on Evike and find upgrade kits for the pistons, the spring system, even the barrels themselves. You can find upgrades for that. And these go, again, varying on range, you can actually get them between the $30 and even $80 price tag. Again, it varies depending on which one you get, because so many companies are making tri-shot shotguns. This one's a double eagle M3 Benelli breacher style shotgun. This goes for about $40-ish. I have seen them go for about $50-ish. I say ish because, again, depending on where you actually buy these things, this came from Amazon. You can get them for actually a really good price tag. Moving on from the TriShots, however, and like I said, they come in a variety of things, a lot of aftermarket parts for them, so that's one of those things. Moving on to our first man-store gun. This is the man-store refurbished HK416. This goes for about the $40 price tag once again, and it is an all-polymer construction. It is an AEG. It does come with a 300... No, the one that the magazine it came with is a 280 round high cap, but still enough for you for like a day of play. And it does accept a variety of magazines. However, it is varied because the body does split depending on how thick the magazine is. So I would keep the thickness of the magazine to a minimum. At most, maybe at the most a PMag at best. But, you know, you can actually upgrade this. I personally have put a new barrel in this. I've put a new hop-up system. I've put a new hop-up in this. And it does take standard version 2 parts. And I have done upgrade. I've actually done a takedown guide on the HK416. And it is essentially a version 2 gearbox with a small motor that you can replace. Manstore has actually put better wiring in this. So it does take an 11-1 Titan LiPo. I have done a torture test video on this showing essentially how good the gun is. I will stand by my words on this. I've actually talked with people who have bought from Manstore and have essentially HPA'd these things because it is a version 2 gearbox. Again, you can basically upgrade this into a sleeper gun, and I would recommend anyone to actually do that. Like I said, I've made a guide on this thing. I cannot praise it enough. It has all the Picatinny's. You can essentially have your Rainbow Six, your Call of Duties, your everything. One of the things I am hunting to do for this, though, is actually get some actual HK416 sights and replace the American Tactical, I think. Yeah, American Tactical iron sights I have on this right now. But that's just one of those things, essentially. Now, you can have a lot of primaries, you can do that, but once you get a primary, you're probably wanting to get a secondary, essentially. A secondary is another one of those things of you have to look at the price tag, you gotta look at what's affordable, you have to look at what is within your budget, especially around these times. So, saying hi. Anyway, as I was saying, when you're looking at a secondary, you want to look at the price tag of it. Now, starting out with springers, once again, you cannot go wrong with a 1911. This is ubiquitous in real steel, airsoft, movies, video games, doesn't matter. The 1911 is an iconic American handgun. It is $20. This particular Springer is $20 on Evike. You can find them everywhere, actually. You can find different variants of them. This one is the more realistic style. This is based off of the government model with the faux wood grips and the full-size style magazine. It is does have the grip safety, does have the slide safety. Basically everything on 1911 this one does, and you can take this one apart and you can upgrade it, which is also very nice. Now, let me go ahead and just look at this real quick just to make sure I'm right. Now, there are markings on this one indicating that it is actually a double eagle 1911, but Evike has it under their, I believe their own brand, essentially, their own type brand. But again, it is essentially a double eagle 1911. This is one where you actually have the full open ejection port. You have all this stuff. You have the standard like sights. And it is actually really good for $20. You do get a lot of pop for it. I have praised this thing in the review. Go check out my review of this if you haven't already. It's great in the hands. It's light. It's polymer. You can't upgrade it. I cannot praise this enough. Let's move on to another Springer this time. Now, another Springer 1911, one that I actually, that is actually a copy of another Springer 1911, which I believe was also a copy, is the KWC 1911, or in this case, the Stinger P311 by Crossman, which, oh dear, Crossman, you guys, oof. But I would recommend you go with the KWC 1911. The KWC 1911s are actually really good. You can actually find these, again, ubiquitously all over the place. They're Springers, they're really nice. It's just got a nice pop to it. And the magazine itself is once again really nice. 350 FPS out of the box. A solid, stable shooting platform. It's not that hard to prime, and it comes with a very interesting style magazine, which is one you may have seen back in the day at Walmart, when Walmart actually still carried airsoft guns. But it's one of those things. Now, again, this is based off a more modern 1911. This was the California compliant one that I actually painted green because, well, playing in the woods, and really that's all it is. I've actually attached a aftermarket grip to it to actually get better grip on it and have better stability shooting. Because this is a very flat shooting gun. Same with the Double Eagle 1911 Springer. They are both flat shooting guns. They're both very good shooting guns. And they do essentially, well, this one does 350 out of the box on .2s, while the Double Eagle does about 280 to 300 with .2. So again, it's more or less, you know, which one you want to go with, because these will go between $10 and $20. This one will be just straight $15 and $20. Again, your decision. You know, one of those things. Now, let's say you want to get a gas gun. Well, once again, Man Store has you covered. And no, I'm not shilling because I shill, but Again, you know, if you use my coupon code AirsoftAL, you get 7% off your entire purchase at checkout at manstorehq.com. Moving on, though. We have the HK Refurbished. This is a refurbished HK USP non-blowback. It is CO2. It is a very hefty gun and can be upgraded because you can actually pull out the outer barrel here and just take the entire slide off. I've showed it in the review. I've praised this again. It's the version 2 magazine, because the version 1s would actually have a problem of spewing out gas and BBs at the same time without intentionally needing to. The version 2 here I have not had any problems with. I have never had any problems with, and I have actually worked on it a little bit to make sure that it does not have the same issue. But when I opened it up, I found Manstore had actually replaced the O-rings in it for better O-rings, and have actually done a little bit more work to it. Now, if your significant other, child, what have you, is a big gamer, the HK USP is recognizable from all games in all walks of life, be it Call of Duty, Battlefield, Counter-Strike 1.6, Half-Life 2, just any game in general. You can bet the HK USP has been in there. For me, it was Rainbow Six, Vegas, and Vegas 2, Counter-Strike 1.6, Half-Life 2, because Half-Life 2. Again, beautiful gun, and the trigger pull on is not that bad. It actually is a very soft trigger pull. So, you know, one of those things, and actually has a functioning safety that does lock the trigger, which, thank you for that. So yeah, one of those things. Now, the last one, and this one goes for those who want a gas blowback. Oh, my bad, I forgot to mention the price tag on this. The price tag for this goes between, it fluctuates, actually, a lot because of how popular these things are for beginning airsoft players. It fluctuates between the $50 to $40 price tag. On manstore.com, the refurbished model goes for about $35. This is a refurbished HK USP non-blowback CO2. It's $35 on manstorehq.com, and like I said before, it's just one of those things. And you can use my coupon code AirsoftAL to get 7% off your entire purchase at manstorehq.com. Moving on from there, though, to the final one. And this one is one I think we can all agree on. Because once you start playing with non-blowback gas guns, and you actually start messing with them, you start really wanting to get a gas blowback, and then you start looking around, you start realizing, oh god, gas blowbacks are actually really expensive. I can't really afford this. And you're probably getting a little antsy, and then you talk to your friends, and then you talk to the community, and they start pushing you left and right to ones that are just way out of proportion, way out of your budget range, way up there in terms of just the price tag in general. So the one I'm going to show you guys is one I actually like. It's one I was introduced to by Sean, our gas gun guy, and one I cannot praise enough, and one I will push anyone towards. Because it is a dual-powered gun. It is amazingly accurate out of the box. It's already got a pre-upgraded nozzle to it. It's got a race trigger. It's comfortable. It's great. And it's only $80. The gun I'm talking about, of course, is this one right here. It is the STI Tacmaster, STI being a real steel company. This is based off their actual Tacmaster, and it is an $80 gas blowback. It is really good. It does come with a black Tokyo Marui style barrel with the 45 ACP on it. I decided to replace it with a more chrome style barrel with threading for attaching a thread adapter for suppressors, flash hiders, things like that, in case I want to do some craziness to it. It's got a very nice snappy return on the slide, and like I said, you can see the red nozzle there, but the best part about this is for $80, and I mean $80 essentially, you have a dual powered system. Now you will have to buy the CO2 magazine separately, but you can save up. and actually buy these at a rather affordable price tag of about below $30, I believe. It's around the $30 price tag, but it does not break 40. But the best part about this is that the way it works is that the system itself is rather fun as well, because not only do you have adjustable front and rear sights, you also, when you put a new magazine into it, you actually have a slide drop, which automatically drops the slide when you load a new magazine, which I will simulate here. Right there. Again, it's really nice. The grip is amazing. It has the STI logo there. And the best part about this is that the company that actually produces these is KJW. KJW should mean something to a lot of you guys who actually do pay attention to airsoft history. KJW is a very lovely company. It's a very nice company. It's a company that's been around for a long, long time. It's one that we should look at for better guns when it comes to gas guns, as well as, of course, looking at them to do a lot more stuff. And the fact that they made a compact, essentially a 1911 dual-powered, unlike the high Kappas, which are also dual-powered, is a nice change and a nice touch. But the $8 price tag is great. Literally, you get everything you could ever have in a compact, in essentially a standard tactical 1911 package. The downside is that you will need a rail adapter because it has a singular slot on this, making it essentially a pseudo weaver rail. But again, one of those things of it happens. It has an adjustable race trigger, as I said. It's got a skeletonized style hammer, so you don't have the classical style of hammer you see here. Instead, you have a skeletal style hammer. But again, just one of those things. Now, I've talked about all these guns. I think it's time we talk about the wild card. And the wild card in general is one I've been working on for close to 2 years now, I think, if not longer. It is a G&G, which automatically should raise you guys actually be happy. It is a little bit more on the expensive side of the above $100 price tag, but like I said, it's the wild card. So this is one for those of you guys who actually do have the budget to spend $100 or more. And this one, like I said, is one I have been personally building on, so it's not exactly the same. But it is one I think a lot of you can agree on that is good and would actually be really good and great to give to your relatives for Christmas. So, let's go ahead and pull out my G&G Combat Machine M4. My G&G Combat Machine M4 is a front-wired, which is why you see the PEC box here, AEG version 2 all the way around with a very robust, very good G&G gearbox that I have not done anything to. It is still the fully stock G&G gearbox. And all around, the package itself, just right out of the box, is really good. The green hop-up nub is great. It has 14mm negative threading on the barrels. The barrels themselves are a little wonky, so you might want to go ahead and consider replacing those after a year of use when you save up money for aftermarket parts. Which aftermarket parts, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you now, flat hop and a inner barrel. One of those things. But this one I've been personally working on for a long time because this is my Magpul PTS M4 that I'm working on. And the last thing I need is a solid stock, essentially, or maybe just a simple collapsible stock, a Magpul collapsible stock, which I'm again debating. I want to do a solid stock carbine. Honestly, that's what I'm thinking about doing that. But like I said, this is a really good gun. It has a man store hop-up unit, which has a built-in. Yes, you heard correctly. A built-in, like these arms are built in. To be like a pseudo flat hop or like a pseudo R hop type deal. It is really cool, really weird. I might talk to my guys about it to see what the hell's going on with these things, but again, I'm getting ahead of myself. The price tags for the G&G Combat Machine M4s, which again are robust and great, and the gearbox is anything to go by. It is really good. Are about $120 to $130. Now, I know a lot of you are already scratching your head going like, what the hell, but you have to understand this now. G&G, by name alone, is a well-trusted brand. It is a well-known brand. So, it's understandable that they would actually want that price tag, but at the same time, just one of those things. But like I said before, the G&G Combat Machine M4 is a really good AEG, and one that you can start out with and have no worry that it's going to break on you, because you see what I did to this one. This is a G&G Combat Machine, internally, because I have done a lot to this thing externally, as you can tell, if not by the can on the end of the gun here. But, again, just one of those things. Either way, though, that brings us the end to it. Let me know in the comment section down below what your top 7 is, or even your top series of affordable guns. And I'd love to hear you down below. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I've been AirsoftAL. And if any of these guns have caught your fancy, then let me know in the comment section down below. And if you want to get at least 2 of these guns, you can find them at manstorehq.com. Use my coupon code AirsoftAL to get 7% off your entire purchase. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I've been your host, AirsoftAL, using my phone because, well, my laptop is debunked and I'm going to have to do this all in one take. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching. As always, I've been AirsoftAL, the common man's airsofter, whose father actually, well, stepfather, walked in on him while filming, so I had to wave at him. And I hope you guys enjoyed my picks. Let me know what your picks are down below for affordable airsoft guns, and even some actually really nice gems that people might not know about and you would like to know them about. And knowing YouTube, they're probably going to demonetize this video and or attempt to bury it and God knows what. So please do consider liking, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and if you could, please do consider donating to our PayPal. You don't have to. I understand the Christmas season is one of those things, but if you got a little extra spending money and you've already gotten gifts for everyone, then, consider throwing $1 our way. Again, as always, I've been AirsoftAL, and I will see all you lovely people in the next video. Till next time. Later.